welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. I'm here today to intro a super fun reading vlog. I am going to be reading queer books for Valentine's Day for a week. So excited. If you don't know, I am part of the LGBT community. Queer romances are my absolute favorite to read. I wanted to make sure that I did a video especially for reading queer books. But I wanted to start off with an honorable mention for this video because I read this book. It was short and I didn't get any clips of me reading it or talking about it or anything, but I finished it last night, and that is She Gets the Girl by Quindlen. This is a Kindle Unlimited book. It is a young adult sapphic rom-com. It is about two seniors in high school, so it's very young adult. But I will say, I personally love reading queer YA books because when I was in that age group, I did not have the selection that is available today. There were not a lot of queer young adult books, so reading them just makes me happy and makes me happy that kids have something that I didn't have, that I feel like I would have really loved at that age as a young queer kid. So yeah, that was my first book. It is on Kindle Unlimited, like I said. This is a romance between a basketball player and a cheerleader. They start fake dating for a bunch of different reasons after having a little bit of a rivalry previously, and they start fake dating, and then of course, as always, it just starts to develop into more, and it is super cute. It's super sweet. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I loved the romance. I thought that the book was overall really cute. It was just that the writing was not my absolute favorite. I personally, okay, here's my thing. I love descriptive writing, but I don't need to know what every character is wearing, and I don't need like menial details about things that detract my attention from reading the book and following along with the story. And I did find that happening a few times. There were also just a couple of kind of cringy moments, not in the sense that like the romance was cringy or cheesy, just like some of the words that the author was using. And it wasn't just that it was young, the writing was just not my absolute favorite. So I ended with a 3-star rating. I still definitely recommend the book. It is so cute. Like I said, I feel like I just keep using the word cute, but it's true. It's very cute. I definitely, like, as a young adult book for people who are in that age range, I highly recommend it as a very cute, like no spice, just all sweet and innocent queer love story. So that is that one, but I am moving on to an adult book next. And I chose this book in my TBR jar prompts, choose my TBR video, and it fits in perfectly for this, so I'm super excited. This is another fake dating book, which I'm finding that is a trope that I really like. I did not know that I was a fake dating trope girly, but here we are. I really like it. So this one is Stars in Your Eyes by Kacen Callender. This is about 2 young actors. One of them has a really positive, like golden retriever reputation, and one of them has a very dark, like moody, broody reputation, and they're going to be starring in the latest gay rom-com together, and they start fake dating to help the one guy's reputation. Which just sounds so fun. So I haven't started this yet. I am going to sit down and read a little bit of it now as I charge the camera, but I just wanted to get on here and intro the video. So I'm gonna go read, and I'll be back with you shortly. I'll see you in my next clip. I just wanted to do a really quick Reading update, I am 160 pages into Stars in Your Eyes, and I am really liking this book. It is definitely more of an emotional romance. It's not one of those just like light fluffy rom-coms. There are a lot of discussions about mental health and addiction and PTSD and trauma. It's not just like a cute little feel good like, oh, Valentine's Day rom-com type of book, but that's totally fine because I really like these characters. I think that the book is well written. It's broken up. There are like tweets and articles and other things that make it more of like a mixed format. And it's dual POV, which I love. It has not been insta-lovey at all. The fake dating part is really cute. Seeing two characters work through their own respective traumas together and seeing them become supports for each other, which is really sweet. So I am a little under halfway through, I believe. That's all I have to say. It's good. Hi, babe. I'm going to keep reading this and I will check in tomorrow morning with another update. Hello and welcome back. Today is a new day. It's so crazy how I can film anywhere now thanks to my camera. I was very limited in where I could film when I was using my phone, and now I can just like sit on my couch. I just feel so much more relaxed. But I have a couple of reading updates. First and foremost, I did finish Stars in Your Eyes by Kacen Callender. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed the book. It is definitely a heavier book. It's very emotional. The plot really is focused around how these two characters are able to work through their traumas together more than it is like, oh, this is a cute romance. No, this is very intense. It's very heavy, but it's great. It's a good book. I really liked it. I really liked both of the characters. It's dual POV, like I said before, and I love both points of view, but especially Logan. You're following Maddie and Logan, and Logan's point of view was so sad and heartbreaking to read, but also so beautifully written and expressed. Having that representation of what PTSD can look like, what it can cause in relationships, and how it just really warps your thinking and your perception of everybody and the world around you, and how it's something that is not fair, but you have to work through. It was nice to read that in a book and have that representation and that kind of like a story that isn't 100% happy, because it's real and it's relatable and people have things to work through and they get into relationships. Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the writing. I really enjoyed both of the main characters. Just know going in that it's definitely a heavier book. If you're looking for just a cute rom-com, this is not the direction that I would go, but I did love this story and I love this cover. So yeah, 4 stars. It was a really good book. I'm glad that I read it. I don't think that I would have gotten to it had I not been doing this video and also picked this book for my TBR jar. So that's really nice. And I started the next book that I'm going to be reading in this vlog as well, Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. This is another one that I picked in my TBR jar prompt that just fits like so perfectly with this theme. So this is a young adult rom-com about a prince who he married into royalty, and he's become kind of like a famous person, coming out with a dating show with him as the main guy, and it's called Second Chance Romance, the dating show, and they're bringing in all of his exes and to do basically like a Bachelor type show, but 2 of the female characters end up falling for each other instead. That is what I knew going into the book. Now, I've read about 125 pages of this book and I'm having some mixed feelings about it. So first off, this book is it's YA, and these characters are meant to be around 18, including the guy and all of the girls. And I'm just like, how at 18 do you have time to have 7 serious relationships? Because there's 7 people competing saying that they're his exes. How do you have 7 serious exes at 18? What? And I also just like can't imagine people that young in this reality TV setting, and it reads so young, especially the one character, Maya. It's dual POV, so we're following Maya and Sky. And Maya just comes off as so childish to me. Like, okay, and also, sorry, this isn't be off track, but I need to say this because this is another thing. I was so confused trying to figure out where this book is taking place, and I'm still a little bit confused. So in the blurb, it just says that the guy is the prince of a small European country or something like that. And they're saying the name of the country in the book, and I'm Googling it and I can't find anything. So I guess this is a made up European country. So we're just like ambiguously somewhere in Europe. And also, all of the girls are from different parts of the world. So even more so, I'm just like, how did you have this many relationships in this many parts of the world? And the other thing is that all the other parts of the world that the people are from are real, like United States, Canada, I think England, like I can't remember where all of them are from, but it's real places and then this fake country. So I was really confused for a lot of it, especially because how did he meet all of these people? I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are you 18 and you've had 7 serious relationships in like 7 different countries? It's just really, really hard to believe and get behind, and it's making me feel, I don't know, like less into it. But I have hope because I'm only 125 pages in, and we're at the point right now where the 2 girls who are going to be the love interests absolutely despise each other. I'm having hope because I feel like when that all switches and they start having their relationship, it could possibly eat and be really good. So I'm just trying to chug through this first section and get to the good part, the part where their relationship starts turning, because I think that's where the enjoyment might lie for me. But as of right now, I am not loving it. So I'm gonna read a little bit more of it. This is another really cute cover. This book has also been on my TBR actually forever. Like, I think I've had this book for a year, and I don't know why I haven't read it. I don't have a lot of books that I've had for quite that long. So I'm looking forward to crossing this off my little list, because I keep a list of all my physical TBR, and crossing off the ones that are like from the top is so satisfying. You don't care, but okay. I'm gonna get to a little bit of reading, and I will check back with you when I have made more progress. Okay, I'm definitely not camera ready right now, so sorry in advance, but I really just needed a moment to talk about what just happened while I was reading this book. I do believe that if I had heard this out loud, I would have understood it immediately, but reading it was like the most bizarre thing. So the line is, but a couple of months max, and then I'm dunion rings. Like, done. But she said, I'm dunion rings, like onion rings. I don't know why I'm mansplaining this to you. I'm so sorry. But reading that made no fucking sense to me whatsoever. And I'm like, what's a dunion ring? What's a dunion? And I was just sitting there like, dunion? And it took me actually reading it and saying it out loud for me to understand. Because, okay, I'm gonna show you the page because this is bizarre. Do you see that? Dunyan rings? Would you have understood that? Let me know. Hello and welcome back. It is Sunday. I wanted to give a quick reading update because I finished Never Ever Getting Back Together, and I'm gonna sit down and share my thoughts about that book for me tomorrow later because I have things to say and I really want to sit and like make sure I know what to say because I have feelings about that book. And spoiler alert, I did not like the book at all. Like, at all. But on a happier note, I started reading the next book for this video. I picked a book that I had saved from Kindle Unlimited for a while but just haven't read yet. It's called Not Just Gal Pals, and I am so happy that I picked up this book because after the last one, this is exactly what I needed. I mean, it literally says rom-com on the cover, and I'm looking for the rom-com vibes. It only has 850 something reviews on Goodreads. I can't believe that not more people haven't read this. I can't believe that not more people haven't read this. Because this book is so good so far. I'm 40% through already. I flew through the first 100 pages in one sitting yesterday. It is a sapphic rom-com, so it's following two women, Emma and Blake, I believe. Emma? The names are blending together. No, it's Jenny and Blake. And Jenny's an influencer, Blake is a doctor, and they both have moved back to their small town after being gone since high school, and they're in their like late 20s or early 30s, and they're both back in their hometown, and they were the two like only out queer women at their school at the time, and they kind of had like a little rivalry, but it wasn't really a rivalry. They both think that the other doesn't like them, but they each actually secretly have a crush on each other, and they are brought back together by their mutual friend. It's just really cute. The writing is super good. I love both of the characters. They're not like really together yet, but there was like this one part where Blake was helping Jenny, who's the influencer, take pictures and videos for her Instagram or TikTok or whatever she was doing, and I just thought that was so cute. But yeah, I'm absolutely flying through this one. It is set in a small town. It's set in the fall time, and I looked on the author's Goodreads page, and it's the start of a new interconnected standalone series, and the next one is coming out in May, and I'm already so excited even though I haven't finished this one yet because I just know that I'm gonna love it. And I'm thinking that like so far this is a 5-star book for me. So happy about it. This is exactly the type of like cute Valentine's Day book that I wanted to read, and I just can't believe that it's not spoken about at all because it is so adorable. I mean, I guess like the next 60% of the book could ruin everything, but I'm thinking as far as we've gotten so far that it probably won't. So yeah, very excited about that. But I'm not going to get any more reading done today because my girlfriend and I are going to watch Taylor Swift's boyfriend play in the Super Bowl and make nachos and have just a grand old time. But yeah, that is all I have for now. And when I get back, or tomorrow, I'll sit down and I'll talk about the last book. And hopefully, you know, I'll have more good news about this book. But yeah, that's my story. Super happy to just have a happy, lighthearted, fun book with good writing and good characters and not cringing and getting the ick. So love that. I will fill you in when I have more. Hi, I am back to give my final reading update. So first I'm going to back it up a little bit and talk about Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. I accidentally put the book away, but it's fine. I did not end up liking this book. I kept thinking that it was gonna get better and it just didn't. The plot, I found it to be so boring and so slow, and the actual queer romance was such a small sliver of what the book actually was, and the rest of the plot just was so, to me, not interesting. The guy character, the guy that they had both dated, he was absolutely horrible, so annoying. You had to read about him all the time. He was everywhere. He was everywhere. He was on every page. You couldn't escape him, and I felt like the whole time I was trying to run away from this man, and he was just on every single page. Like I said before, there were just so many plot holes and things that didn't make sense, like the timelines, the ages, the countries. It made no sense to the point where it really took me out of the story, and I had to think about it a lot, and I kept being like, why does this not make sense, blah blah blah, whatever. But at the end of the day, who really cares if it took me out of the plot, because the plot wasn't good. I'm being a little mean. I have a bad attitude about this book because I'm disappointed, but I ended up giving it 2 stars. I don't know if I said that, but I just overall just did not like this one. I don't recommend this one, and I actually think I'm being a little bit nice with my rating, but I don't know. I can see how maybe other people would like it, and it didn't make me angry in the way that 1-star books do, so I'm gonna leave it at a 2 and just let it rock, set it down, and forget about it. And if you see this book in an unhaul in the future, don't be surprised. Enough about that. I just finished Not Just Gal Pals. I think the author's name is Elizabeth Luly or Elizabeth Lucy. I could look that up, couldn't I? I could look that up. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but really, I could look it up. Because I have my phone right here. I don't have my excuse anymore that I film on my phone. Wow, I didn't have it right at all. I combined both the names. It's Elizabeth Luly, Luly. This is on Kindle Unlimited, like I said, graphic small town romance. And I know in my last clip I was saying that this book is on track for a 5-star. It didn't end up being a 5-star. I had to demote it to 4 stars. And that's not to say I didn't like it. I actually really liked this book. I do recommend it. The reason why it didn't end up being a 5-star for me is because once the characters actually got together, their banter and like way of, I don't know, it's like flirting or joking, to me was cringy. Like, it's just like not my style. But other than that, it was super cute. Loved the ending. It was absolutely adorable. Very feel-good, happy book. And yeah, overall, as far as sapphic rom-coms go, it was a good one, and I do still recommend it. Like I said, the thing that made me deduct it from a 5-star was not, it was just a personal preference. Everything else about the book I really enjoyed. I'm glad I read it. It was only about 300 pages, so super quick. That is all for my reading queer romances video. My final ratings for all of the books is gonna go right here. But I hope that you enjoyed this reading vlog and maybe found a couple of good new queer recommendations. Happy Valentine's Day, and I will see you next time.